Hello, guys. Welcome back to your VSRL. We are ready to go racing at Coda. We are one race away from the Series 1 finale, but we will be back trying to look for a broadcaster. Hey, Adam. Thanks, man. Trying to look for a broadcaster for my Xfinity series, but we are about to get to the season. No, it's not the season now. That's next week. Sorry, it's we're about to get to Coda. Sorry, Circuit of America, Indy GP of Texas. Thanks, Adam. Computer was going to crash there for a second. Can you hear me better now? While we wait to take off in pit road, so we got a couple seconds here before we take off. Sitting here with your pole setter, Ryan Sheenan. Behind him is Alex Hamlinger. Third, Evan Selznick. Fourth, Garrett Hamlinger. Sixth, Michael Berger, sorry, he's new. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Seventh, Ryan Depew. And eighth, Taylor Woods. That is all that started tonight. Around circuit. We'll go one lap around Circuit Americas before we start, and then we got a 60-minute race. No lap counter, 60 minutes. So usually it's like 60. It's usually like 65 lap or 65 minutes because once you hit 60, they give you 2 to go. So, but our last road course of the season, and then we are at Texas Motor Speedway for the series finale. We got one driver here blinking, so hopefully we did have one driver in here with almost an 800 ping, so hopefully it's not a server issue and it's just a driver issue internet-wise. Pace car takes off, so getting ready to start here, I would think. And there we're off.
Green flag, green flag.
We'll set her off to a nice gap there between drivers behind him, but it's a road course, so he might be better at the start, not as good throughout. He's blinking on him, man. Hopefully his blinking connection issues get fixed as we go on, because if he's the leader, it's going to be annoying to keep watching him blink in and out. He's off to a nice little lead, though, to start this race around here. Might have to focus on the second place driver. Watch him run him down. Evan Zelznick, who's been really good on road courses this year. He had a couple week hiatus, but good to see him back. Exciting. Have our drivers back. Garrett here fighting with Brian, trying to take over that 4th spot. Brian goes a little off track, might slow him down a little bit. I tried to run this track just because I bought it right before we went live. This is a difficult track. I mean, I'm not very good at road courses, but it's definitely a difficult track. See if our leader's figured out his blinking issue. He's still in the lead. Looks like it's a little better. I mean, does he have connection issues? Yeah, he's got really high ping, so. That's shitty. It's almost 400 now. I mean, if he can stay in and not get kicked for connection issues, it'll be alright. It's just, I hate blinking. This is a 5-second lead on Alex, but Evan is looking to take over that spot from Alex. Ooh, he hits the curbs. Alex hits the curbs. Evan takes advantage of that, but Alex fights right back. Evan looking on the inside, trying to take the lead away, the second place away from Alex. And it goes a little wide there, trying to just make up a little room, trying not to use those push-to-passes so early on in this race, but he might have to chase down that leader. Ooh, goes off track there. Ooh, they both go off track a little bit. Just taking that corner really wide. Evan's been really dominant, like I said, on road courses. So he's trying to get past this guy and just get up there and contend for the lead. Sorry, turn off my AC so you don't hear that static and shit. Last time we had a road course, our champion, Alexander Pelican, was running first. And Evan came in on pit road same time as he had forced our champion to make a mistake. And that was the race-winning move that got him the win. So, I mean, he's running third, which is really good for being gone for a couple weeks. I put him up in my contenders to win. This is the exact thing that happened early on last road course he was in. He wasn't as strong in the first half, or it was just part of his strategy. He came up, and once he put those alternate tires on, and just that's when he really made his move for the win. Because you have to put on a set of primaries and a set of alternates in this race. So, you do have to do that. that's a mistake right there. Over the curbs, that could damage his car. It could give Evan the move to take over the second spot. I don't know if he did much damage, but I have seen a couple pictures. These cars go flying if you hit the curbs. Back up to your leader, who now has a 7-second lead over our second place driver, Alex. Evan tracking down second place driver Alex right now. And Brian Edwards making his way through the field in the fourth place, very respectfully, making his way up. Had to fight Garrett there for a minute. Garrett might have wrecked because he's now 50 seconds back. Unfortunately, on these road courses, I don't really see a lot of that because I know it's 20. I don't know why I said it was 50 for a second there. Sorry about that. Michael sitting in the 6th spot. Kyle Dooley and him having a nice battle. Ryan Depew sitting in 8th. And Taylor W. Wood sitting 9th. Fortunately, the field is really spread out, so there's not a lot of interesting battles. It's just, this race is going to be a lot about strategy. Who comes in pit first, who takes tires, who saves their tires the best, not sliding them, pacing yourself. And you don't have to be fast to finish good at a road course. You just don't need to, you don't want to make mistakes. So. Evan, though, looks like he did get around Alex finally. He obviously had enough of that. He's like, I'm done with that fight. Brian Edwards now. Looks like he is in 3rd, and our former second place driver Alex looks like he's coming out of the pits. So when he hit those curbs, it probably did do damage. Oh, and he spins out. She decided to take alternates once again, so for the rest of this race, 50 more minutes, he's going to have to take primaries, which wear a little bit more on these tracks. So. I'm not saying his race is done. I mean, it's still early on in the race. But now he's driving it like he's got something to prove, so he's probably, is going a little. He's driving. He's trying to make up for that mistake. Ryan Sheehan is about to catch up to our 9th place driver, Taylor Woods. And he does. Taylor lets him by. So he has lapped our first driver of the night. With Evan catching up, nice pace. This could force our leader to make a mistake, get a little nervous, skid those tires. Not sure how many laps you can go here on a tank of fuel. I can't remember Road America, honestly. I think it was an hour. I think they had to pit twice. This is an hour, but over America. It's 4 miles long. I don't know how long this is. 3.43. So they might have to pit twice still, because I think they're on fumes. I mean, yeah, they got it. I mean, they got to pit once anyways to take tires. Garrett did come down the pit, so maybe you got to pit a little sooner than I thought. Maybe you pitted more. I can't remember. Sorry, not a lot of exciting things going on in this race. I'm just trying to figure out some strategy for you guys. Think about. Evan's like 9 seconds back. Only 6 actually, so he's made up 3 seconds in a lap. He's figuring out that groove. He's figuring out which line he likes. Garrett knocked the wing off it. Well, you come visit me. I'm smoking so much that I can't even show the meter. It sucks. We'll hang out with Evan for a minute as he tries to chase down our leader. He finds his groove. Right on board with him. It's crazy. All the way down up to like almost 200 miles an hour, down to first gear in a matter of seconds. Almost kicked out on him there, a little loose. That's just so fast. Doing literally 200 something miles an hour down to like 35. Maybe just going forward.
It's crazy out here.
Yeah, what's up, Garrett? Wreck?
Yeah, I ran out of talent. I didn't have enough preparation with the tire degradation, so I'm out here just getting laps. The alternate tires, they degraded it a lot quicker than I thought, and I just threw the S's, overdrove it, clipped the curb, and right into the wall.
I see it. I just think it's fascinating to get almost 200 miles an hour down to first in like 2 seconds.
And we're topping at about 175, and then yeah, we are down to about 50.
Literally like 2 seconds.
Less. Hell yeah, it's a gear dive down to first.
I'm on board with that. There's some track. I tried it in practice and I was like, nope, this ain't me.
This is a tough track in these cars, that's for sure.
So this is tougher for America?
Certainly. This is a very technical track, and you know the cars that it's designed for, you know, can actually do. This car is not suited for the width and the make of this track, but you know there's a few tracks that you know can kind of relate to that, but this is You know, on paper, this does not seem like it's one of the tougher tracks, but in actuality, this is probably maybe the second hardest road course we go to.
Yeah, it doesn't look easy. Yeah, be on board with our second place driver more than the first place because he's blinking so bad that you can't see him for like 15 seconds at a time. Well, we thank you if you guys have tuned into the broadcast. Last night when I got home from work, started to look into what it would take to start a website. So hopefully within coming months we'll have a website set up for VSRL. We'll have all the leagues, we'll have all the schedules on there. We'll have how to join us, how to get a hold of us if you guys have questions or everything. So and making big moves for VSRL. We just hope to grow it more. 4 seasons in less than a year. 4 series, sorry. And, looking forward to growing it for you guys. You guys being able there to enjoy it. We're a little less than a third into this race. We got about 2 minutes left. Oh! Alex spun out and almost took out our leader right there, which slowed him down just a little bit. Evan's going to catch up to him. Just a little bit, but that was almost bad for our leader. That's 2 road courses in a row that our leader has almost been taken out for a wreck right in front of him. Oh, now he overdrives it, goes off track a little bit, has to slow down. Evan decides to pit. Maybe a little bit of strategy there, try to pit before the leader, get out in front of him, and try to hold that lead. So I think that's a good strategy.
They are definitely, their tires are hurting.
Yeah, Evan just pitted strategy-wise a couple out. So he's trying to get out ahead of Ryan, trying to play a little strategy is what it looks like. Probably have to pit here 2 more times.
I'm sorry?
So you probably have to pit here 2 more times.
Evan will probably only have to do 1 more. You can stretch it pretty far. This is more of a tire fall off than a fuel fall off. Because it got undrivable. I was pushing pretty hard to try and keep up, and they just had a much better pace than me, and I burnt the skin off of them and ran out of talent.
No fuel wise, how many times you had
Ryan Depew on pit road. He's doing pretty well tonight.
He is. He's last driver on the lead lap. Some of his best finishes have come on road courses this year.
He's the bridesmaid for a podium. He is needing and really deserving of a podium. He's done all but.
He has, and they started
4th place 3 times. He's knocking on the door of getting that podium. His teammate Reed Jackson almost put together a fuel win last week.
It's very true, and we got a new driver out here making his debut tonight, Michael Burberger. Doing very well, sitting in the 4th position right now. Brian Edwards, our Indy winner, sitting 3rd. Or 2nd right now, actually, sorry, it just updated. As Evan came to pit road. Oh, but he does overdrive it. Curse of the camera right there. Goes off track. Ryan Sheehan blinking once again, but he is our leader. Kind of surprised he hasn't, I don't want to say it, I'll knock on wood, kind of surprised he hasn't fallen out with almost an 800 ping. Leaders are probably going to have to pit here pretty soon, which is at the moment going to give Evan the lead once these guys pit. Maybe not, I mean, because it is a road course, but I think that Evan has enough ground that he would take over the lead. Ryan's still sitting second, even though he's gone off track a few times. I've seen him lock up the tires. But he is still keeping good pace despite all that.
Happy to get the road courses out of the way.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Season finale at Texas. Should be a good one.
Texas never fails to give a good race. It'll be interesting how it is during the day, because next week is going to be a day race.
Yeah, first one was at night, right?
Yeah. And it was fireworks under the lights.
Yeah, hopefully we see some pack racing. Haven't seen a lot of that this year. Hopefully we got a big crowd, seeing as it's the finale. I mean, unfortunately, our champion has already been decided. I mean, which is cool, but hopefully he shows up for the finale race. You know. Is next week decide second, Garrett, or you already got that locked up?
If I race, I got it. It's about a 45-point gap, I think.
Almost halfway into this race. We got about 14 laps in at the moment, so halfway we'll probably get about 32 laps in. A lot of time on a road course, a lot of time to make up some ground, a lot of time to make up some mistakes. I think Evans is the only one from that cycle to be on the primary. Brian's car is still driving pretty well for jumping the curb there. I'm kind of shocked. That really damaged Alex Hallier's car, so Brian got lucky there. He even had to come in the pit because of it. So we've said on a couple of these road courses, it's not all about speed. It's about minimizing the mistakes. That's how you get your good finishes on road courses. Oh, leader Rex! Oh, but he does save it. Almost flipped, hitting one of those curves. That's gonna hurt him a lot. And yeah, he knocked the steering out of it. So Rex right there. That's gonna give Brian the lead. Damn, that's unfortunate for our leader. Had the toe and everything. Go back and watch that real quick. Right there, just hits the curb. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It just hits that curb. Even gets airborne. Tips on his side. I don't know how he didn't flip, because he was... Wow. I mean, I'm more impressed that he lands. Still able to drive this car, but fortunately it just did him in on the damage. Had no steering. He decides to park it, but that is going to give Brian Edwards the lead with Evan in second, Michael in fourth. Alex was able to take back fifth. Looks like he got a lap back. No, he's still a lap down, sorry. And Ryan DePue in sixth. That's a spot where our leader went off. You gotta be careful there. I didn't realize you could get that airborne. Alex is fighting hard to get that lap back. He's got Brian in his sights, tracking him down, trying to get that lap back for him. An early crash at a 41-second hold. That'd be a good one. And Brian does have lap traffic in front of him, Ryan DePue, so that could give Alex the chance to get by him. Get that lap back, and Brian locks him up, trying to keep him behind him. Ooh, Ryan wrecks though, so that gives Brian clear way not to have to get around the lap car. Just spun out. Ryan's car should be fine. Didn't look like he did any damage. Yeah, he's right back on. Brian coming down pit road, so that's going to give Alex that lap back. He's going to give the lead to Evan. So that pit strategy kind of saved Ryan and kept that. He was able to keep that lap, but Evan is right behind him, looking to put Ryan a lap down. Ryan is usually really respectful. He lets other drivers by. He doesn't usually try to fight it. So when he gets up to him, I'm sure he'll pull over for him. Pulls over, lets the leader do his thing. Ryan's a real respectful dude like that. So. Even with pitting, Ryan actually now, according to my leaderboard, Ryan is actually still in the lead, but once he crosses the finish line, that might be true. Yeah, that's what it was. He does have, Evan does have the lead. It's taking a minute. Evan in the lead. Brian in second. Michael Burbauger in his debut in third. Alex just having a really impressive run. Wrecked, had to take a quick repair, had to tow, then ended up having to hold for 41 seconds for cutting the track, and still got his lap back and is sitting in fourth. Ryan Depew, who just went a lap down halfway through this race. Taylor Woods in sixth. Garrett, who wrecked a little bit earlier, sitting in the seventh spot. And our former leader Ryan Sheehan, who wrecked out. And Kyle Dooley, who is now down 12 laps. He's got about a 35 second lead right now. So when he pits, he should be. I'm sure he's going to want to extend that just a little bit. Try to keep that lead whenever he pits, because he did pit early, so he's going to have to pit here. I would say in at least probably 2 or 3 laps. Brian Edwards fighting hard. He was just down, like I said, 30 seconds. He's cut that down to 22. Really fighting hard to try to get back and keep Evan from taking over. Let's see. He pits. So it'll be interesting to see which strategy plays off. Like I said, Evan's been really strong on these road courses. We will have a new first-time winner in the first 5 races. Force United champion didn't show up tonight, so who knows if he would have won, but he did not, so we'll have a first-time winner.
Evans won twice.
I meant to say in a while. That's my fault. Because I was just saying that Alex had won 5 in a row. So. And Brian's won 1. So, yeah. Tires are getting worn. He's having to really drive this car right now to try to keep it ahead. And he does have he has stretched it back out to 30 seconds, so he does nicely. He doesn't have to push as hard, but you can tell these tires are getting worn. The finish line, this race will be 2/3 of the way over, so he pitted within 10 minutes of the race, so it'll be interesting to see when he comes in. Brian waited until a little over the halfway mark, so different strategies that'll be. Interesting to see which one plays out. Keep it off those rumble strips, not have a mistake like our leader did earlier. Went flying in the air. Made everyone feel bad for him. But it's all part of the sim racing world. I mean, mistakes happen, crashes. You know, I've even caused one to my teammate once when he was running a playoff race. Sorry, Garrett. That's how walking's going. Stretched it out to almost 40 seconds now. If I'm Evan, I'm going to pit now. Because you know Brian has to pit once more. Ryan comes down pit road. He is down 1 lap, but he is sitting in the 5th spot, so maybe he'll only stay.
We are going to have an on-track battle for 5th between me, Ryan, and Taylor here in a few laps.
Ryan just pit, so I'm not sure where he's at compared to you. Taylor's right behind Ryan. We're going through the S's right now. Where you? Oh, yep. Jesus.
That's my night over with.
Yeah, just was talking. Just about to say they're going through. Just where I was going to say, like they're going through where you're going through.
Curb City, Ruins Nights.
Did you see the leaders, Rick? Oh,
Man, I was giving it all she had, not gonna lie. I was wanting to get that up to 5th. And those pesky turtles. Dang.
Yeah. When Ryan was leading, he hit it, got fully airborne. Somehow it flipped on its side when he was able to save it, but he knocked steering out of it. Got 17 minutes left on this race. Probably about 20. Usually when you hit the time limit, it gives you 2 to go. I think they're doing like a minute 54 a lap. Probably less with the tire situation. I mean, how's the fall off, Garrett?
The fall off in the mid run was not horrible. I was still able to run some pretty consistent laps, probably about 10, 12 laps into the tires. But that was actually primaries, and curbed it. Could do nothing.
Alternates are faster, right?
Yeah, they are. Primaries have a little bit longer life, but on the track with this temp, I would prefer to have the alternates. That's what I did my first 2 stints on. I had closed 30 seconds on Taylor, and I had closed about 30 seconds on Brian, and I was going.
So, did you take a set of primaries?
Yeah, that was what I just pitted with last time.
Oh. I didn't know if you had a set of primaries. I didn't know. Because if you don't pit for a set of primaries and alternates, you get DQ'd, right?
Yes.
You had that situation in the first race, if I remember right.
Well, the first race was you had to pit, and that was an easy call. It's actually a point penalty for the differing compounds. On the double headers, it's a mandatory pit stop.
Brian actually looks like he pit before Evan, so Evan is still on the same set of tires. Unless I missed a pit stop there somehow, I think he's still on the same set of tires for minute 10 or 12 of this race. So. I might be running on fumes. So he is coming down pit road right now. I was just gonna say, like, he's gotta be running pretty low there.
Evan, who making his first start in over a month. His last time out was at the doubleheaders at Iowa. Coming out here, I'm very interested to see how close Brian is able to get with Evan being on pit road. He's not going to be in the ballpark of him, but is he going to be close enough to maybe capitalize on a mistake if Evan makes one on his outlap?
Yeah, because Brian just pit, so he's got fresher tires. And his tires will be warm. It's probably going to take about half a lap for Evan's tires to get warm. Well, I mean, they're pretty close.
Evan out here gonna have about 12 minutes left of this race.
He decided to take alternates for the last stint of this race.
I think Evan has played the strategy perfectly.
Started on alternates, took a set of primaries, wore them down until they basically were no more in the last 10, 12 minutes of this race. Took alternates just a little bit quicker, trying to just put that gap on even if he does make a small mistake, and is able to secure the win. Pretty impressive. I mean, I don't know when he got back from his vacation, but probably didn't have much time to practice and just driving away with this race. He's really good at road courses, man. Even with a pit stop, he's still about 32 seconds ahead of him. Taylor was able to get by Ryan, so. You know what's really impressive is Alex, man. He wrecked out early, had a 41-second penalty, and is now sitting in third place. Which looks like they're having a good battle, according to the standings. Yeah. It's about 5 seconds ahead now. But he does lock it up. He is overdriving it just a little bit. He's got to try to calm down, be able to secure that third place finish on his debut. This is his debut, right, Garrett?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I think we had 2 people debuting today. Brian has closed the gap. I mean, if Evan were to make a small mistake, go off track a little bit, could he be able to capitalize? I mean, on my thing, it just said he was 20 seconds. He was 30. A small mistake, you go off track. Got to get back on. He does overdrive it there a little bit, so. With less than 10 minutes to go, it looks like he's all but wrapped up this race after a month hiatus, but 10 minutes is a long time.
That can happen.
You guys saw that with that earlier wreck with our leaders, so. third spot. And Ryan is there as lap traffic for the third and fourth spot. So
O'Brien runs way wide at the top.
yeah, I just was about to go through the chat. Sorry, I was just looking. I got an email about someone helping us with the website. He just replied to me. Trying to figure out how much it would be, you know what I mean, Garrett?
Yep.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go. I mean, it's still, anything can happen. But Evan's just driving away from this thing. He's taking over a pretty big lead.
Oh, he locks him up, coming to the start-finish line, locks it up, coming out of the final turn.
Brian or Evan?
In a situation where Brian Edwards needs to make no mistakes, he's the one making the mistakes while Evan checks out. Got about 5 minutes left in the race, and now is the time where if you're not Evan, you have to run a perfect race.
Yeah, because once we hit that 5 minute mark, it'll give you the 2 to go. That's what it's been doing. So, I mean, probably still 3 or 4 laps. So anything can happen, but yeah, you want to capitalize on mistakes, and that's what our leader right now has done. He's been good so far. I mean, he was overdriving it a little bit in the beginning of the race, trying to get by Alex. Once he got by him, set sail. He's been doing a really good job ever since. But we got a really good race right now for third and fourth. Michael is right on Alex's bumper. They've had a really good race so far. You know, Michael's faster in some portions, Alex is faster in some portions, so can you get up to the bumper and try to take that spot? Taylor Woods sitting in the 5th position in the nice pink Logitech car. Ryan Depew sitting in the 6th spot. Ryan, if you are watching this, I did get a chance to check out your website. It's pretty nice, man. I really like it. Thought that was pretty cool. Brian here for a minute, try to track down, try to make up a little bit of time. I mean, 30 seconds in 3 minutes is just all but impossible, but, maybe our leader makes a mistake, catches up a little bit. 30 seconds is almost half the track, though. Probably about a quarter, actually. It takes almost 2 minutes to get around here. 2 minutes to go as he comes across the line. He has a nice, respectful, almost 40-second lead. If I'm Evan, I'm just focusing on not making a mistake here. Maybe just driving a little bit slower to, with that big of a lead. Just guarantee I get back to the line. I don't want to hit one of those turtles or anything, so. Crazy how much his tires go through. A minute and 36 to go. Time he hits the line, I mean, it's going to say 2 to go. I think that's what it usually does. So probably about 7 minutes left of this race. And he comes across this line. Oh, right there. Michael's had enough. He finally gets by our third place driver, Alex. He's had a really impressive run. He's finally had enough, gets by him. It's like,
I do believe that he did just get the white flag. Yep, one more lap to go here at Coda.
yeah, one more. Most of it, most of the races so far, once you hit the time limit, it said 2 to go, so I didn't know how it was going to be.
Evan has put together a masterful race today.
Yeah,
Welcome back, Evan. Finishing off the road courses, breaking the streak that is still active for Alex Pelican.
I mean,
Evan, who is the only other driver to win more than once on the season, gonna get his third. Everybody else just with 1, and of course the champion Alex Pelican not with us tonight. 9 wins on the season out of 14 starts. Give another shout out to the champ. An incredible season. An incredible season from everybody. This is gonna move Evan into the 4th into standings. He's gonna jump over both Ryan Depew and Taylor Woods. We're going to have it. Ryan Depew and Taylor Woods. They are going to be within just a couple points of each other going into that race. And the fact that we're still having point races through 16 races for certain positions and it's not spread out is insane. Next week is going to be crazy with 2 turns to go for Evan Zalesnik.
see, on my thing it says 2 to go, so I don't know which one it is.
I got white coming out of the final turn. Race over. Evan Zalesnik wins at Coda.
Crazy. Sure. Yeah, I don't know, Garrett. He's still racing on my thing, unless I'm just behind.
You might be from a replay.
I've scrolled forward. It says 2 minutes and 4 to go, and 2 more laps. Oh, looks like no one is in Discord for an interview. Let me message real quick, see if they'll come in.
Oh, maybe it wasn't over.
That's what I thought. Doesn't burn out right here. Give them a second to come in if they would like. While we wait, just in case they do show up, we'd like to thank you guys for coming out. If you guys tuned into the broadcast, we'd like to thank you for coming out and spending some of your Wednesday evening with us. It means a lot to us. We got a busy schedule coming up in the next couple weeks. We got dirt races coming. We got Xfinity League starting on the 1st of August. And we got a sports car league. So that'd be exciting. Doesn't look like anyone's coming in. I would like to thank you, like I said, once again. Garrett, you got anything to say?
Nope. Thank you, everybody who watches. We'll see you next week with finale. Put on a good show at Texas.
Yes, finale. Season 1 champion, I already decided, Alexander Pelican. It does